Hello, my name's Nioka Lynn, and happy Valentine's Day. Today is a day that people all over the globe celebrate love with significant others, family members, friends. It's a beautiful thing. God is love. And I think it's important to understand just how much God is love. For so many years, I was under the illusion, under the lie, that if you didn't do everything just right, that this God they told me about that was a God of love, love beyond my understanding, would actually throw me in the pits of hell. So imagine my relief when I found out that God is love, unconditional love. And this hell that they speak of is pretty much self-created. Now, how, you might ask? Well, let's first discuss this. God is love. God is the ultimate unconditional love, the love beyond our understanding. He loves you no matter what. We all pick a path before we actually incarnate here. Imagine that. We get a choice. Mm-hmm. To come and experience whatever it feels like we need to experience for our soul's growth. Okay, that's wonderful. Then we get here and we play our part. Now, if we come here to play our part as something negative, whether it be homelessness, I say negative, I don't want to call it negative, let's just say undesirable to most. So we choose, say, to come here to experience a severe drug addiction, homelessness, something that just doesn't feel very good at all, a disease, a crippling disease. So say we come here to do that, and we act out, in ways that folks don't seem favorable. So this is the path we've chosen. Now, when we pass, we don't go to this fiery pit that's been shoved down our throats for years. What a way to control you, huh? Look, if you don't get it perfect, if you don't do this and you don't do that, you're going to hell. But hey, you come here and we'll make it all better. You just put your little offering in the plate and we'll make it all better. That's how I thought it would be. Anyway. So, you come here and you walk your path. You go down that hallway with many doors, many opportunities, different things to experience. You're going to laugh, cry, dance, scream, holler. When you pass and your physical life is over, you're returning back to God, to Source. That's where you're going. And I could almost guarantee you're going to want to get in line and come right on back, no matter how you suffer. We see things different on the other side. And folks will say, well, how do you know? Do you remember? I know what my guides teach me, and I know what God teaches me. And I've been doing this long enough where when I tune in, I hear and I recognize the voice. So it's sad for me to think that so many people are still under that illusion of hell. But what is hell? What could be a hell, possibly? Well, what I've come to learn is hell is a place God is not. God is love. There's really two things that are rooted in everything. It's either fear or love, and fear is an illusion. I listen to a lady sometimes, and she says, fear is false evidence appearing real. And I thought, you know what, that's a perfect definition. Yeah. So God does not dwell in a place of hell. And how so? Why not? Well, everything starts in here. Everything you do starts in here. You think first before you do anything. You have many thoughts a day. Many, many, many thoughts a day. Try to keep track. I did once. Anyway, the ones that are fear-based and keep you in a rut, keep you in this fear, this illusion of fear, they can become crippling. And when these thoughts control your life and your life choices, you create your own hell. And when you don't break out of the pattern, you just keep repeating the cycles over and over and over again. I did that for the longest time in relationships. Couldn't understand what I was doing wrong. It was all my fear-based beliefs. It was my belief in my unworthiness, like I had to settle because I wasn't good enough. So we get in these ruts in our thinking. The fear-based beliefs can control your life. I remember when God showed me about demonic possession and demonic oppression. Now, do I believe in demons? I believe that any thought that man has ever thought exists. That's how it works. But it doesn't have to be part of my existence. There's many levels of understanding of everything you can imagine. You can see it on a lower light. You can see it on a greater light. Well, when I was very young, I saw it on the lower light. You know, this boogeyman running around with horns and rows of teeth, you know. So I saw demons that way. The devil, too. You know, the guy with the pitchfork and the tail and the horns. Yeah, I saw it that way, too, when I was very young. And what I've come to understand is demons are just fear-based beliefs. And how do they oppress you? Well, you get a belief every now and then, a fear-based belief that'll turn around and make you hesitate on doing something that really would serve you, and just kind of irritate you once in a while. But you get over it. You move past it. Now, this demonic possession, these fear-based beliefs control your life in every aspect in your life. It's like a ripple effect. And what's so sad about that? So I've heard somebody say, well, you know, I've been with this person for so long, and no, we're not happy, and yes, we just stay together out of, I guess, habit, convenience, and well, we have kids, and you know, this is my life, and the Bible says you're not supposed to divorce. And look, the Bible says a lot of things. The Bible's been distorted. It has been distorted so that you would be under control. They wanted your vibration to be low. They wanted you to stay in loveless relationships, karmic relationships, where you keep repeating cycles that are abusive or whatever. They wanted this to keep you in a low vibration. It's a lie. Now, yes, I said that sometimes we choose a path. Sometimes we choose that door with that sign that has a very difficult lifetime. But ask yourself, is this what I've chosen? Is this the theme that I came here to explore? Or am I just believing a lie and thinking that my life is supposed to be difficult? It's something to think about. And you say, well, you know, it's a habit, and, you know, this is my life, and, you know, this is what I chose, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay, so that's fine. If that's what you choose, your life, and you do have the freedom of choice. But what's the flip side of that? Well, if you chose something different, if you chose to leave a difficult situation that there's no relief in sight, if you chose a different door to go through, a different experience, that's probably where your greatest blessing is. These difficult times aren't there just to torment you. They're there to teach you about the fear-based beliefs that you have in you that are controlling your actions. I kept showing up in relationships feeling not good enough. Like there was always something wrong with me, whether I was too fat, my hair was too long, too short, I wasn't good enough, I couldn't do this good enough, I couldn't do that good enough. And that's what I kept attracting, relationships where I felt worse actually. And they never loved me properly because I couldn't love me properly. Well, if you're believing a lie thinking you have to do everything just exactly the way that book says, because if you don't, if you stay in this loveless relationship, you're married, you went to a courthouse or you had a wedding and now you have a license and now you're bound to this person that might have been originally designed to wake you up a little bit. Because if you think that if you don't stay with this person, you're going to go to hell. That in itself is hell. That's torment. Well, if I leave this situation, well, my family is going to disown me and I won't be able to see this and I won't be able to do that. I've learned that sometimes it's good to walk away. Or sometimes it's a bluff. Either way. But when you stay in a situation, whatever it is, a marriage, a job, a friendship, and it's not serving you and it's hurting you, step back. Step back and look at it. If you're staying in this, ask yourself why. What in me thinks that I deserve this? And when we stay in those situations, we block what's coming for us. That's our greatest blessing. How so? At our core vibration, we attract all the beautiful, wonderful things that are for us, that are meant for us. It's our fear-based beliefs that block them. Yeah. I got married because I was told if I didn't, I would go to hell and my son would go to hell and he would be a bastard. Didn't matter that the man didn't want to work and all he wanted to do was drink and shoot pool. I thought, well, I don't want to go to hell. And I certainly don't want my little boy to go to hell, so I'm going to make this sacrifice and do this. Enter into a loveless marriage. Lesson learned. So I think on this Valentine's Day, I want you to consider just for a moment how very, very much loved you are by God, your spirit team, the angels. I have my little love angel right here. Now, I don't believe angels really have wings. I used to. Just consider for a moment just how loved you are. Your soul, your spirit team, God thinks you're magnificent, worthy of every blessing. The lies and the fear-based beliefs are blocking you. They're what making you miserable. I've heard so many people say, if God is God, why does he allow all these bad things to happen? Well, there is balance. I think it's in Isaiah 45 where God says that he creates good and evil. There will be people sent in your life, those soul agreements, where if you're struggling with something in this life, and this was your theme to explore, and this agreement was someone to come in from your soul family on the other side to help you experience what you came here to experience. But a lot of the things that we go through, because we create our own reality. I know it's hard to swallow sometimes. You think, I would never create this. No, I would not create this. But you are. Every moment. You have a million trillion thoughts every day. But the ones that you keep thinking over and over, the ones that have strong emotion behind them, those are what tunes that little frequency inside of you and starts attracting whatever it is that you're thinking so adamantly about. What are you tuned into? Are you living your life on purpose? Are you living a life that you're seeking your passion, doing what you love? Or are you living your life to please others because you don't want them to look down on you for living your life? How selfish of you. For that, you should absolutely live your life according to them. Not. I did that for a long time. Are you living your life seeking your passion? Are you knowing that you're absolutely loved? Or do you feel unworthy because you keep making choices that maybe no one else agrees with, or you know that it's not the best choice for you, but you keep making them? You're not a bad person. I think all of us are pretty amazing at our core. We've picked up things along the way. Imagine for a moment, I was thinking about this the other day. Imagine for a moment that here you are, a child, and maybe the theme that you chose maybe was to have a difficult life. We choose our parents. I didn't want to hear that. But we choose our parents, like an agreement. So you choose to come here. Now, what if you had a horrific mom or an abusive dad, or just maybe your childhood wasn't the greatest? Maybe you got whooped and you were told, don't you cry, you better shut up. Maybe you were called all kind of names. Maybe your life was just not very nice or loving. And then you grow up, and your relationships fall apart because you've not been properly loved. You don't love yourself. There's got to be something wrong with you think, because, why would they treat me this way? So you get into relationships, whether it be intimate relationships or friendships or whatever, and you don't know how to have them. You don't feel good enough, or you beat yourself up. Some kind of hell. Thinking you're not good enough, or maybe you're drinking too much, or eating too much, or shopping too much, or you have sexual addictions. The soul knows that it's supposed to feel good, and if it doesn't know how to do that starting from within, it's going to look for outside sources. You're not a bad person. And just because you were abused, not loved properly, now you've grown up, and now maybe you're an abuser. Maybe you're abusing yourself. Does this mean you're going to that place that they told you about, that hell for eternity? So now, here you are, you don't know how to act. When you plant cucumber seeds, you get cucumbers. You're not going to get that fat, juicy watermelon. You're going to get a cucumber. So you grew up this way. Now you don't know how to love. You don't know how to have proper relationships. You're either beating somebody up, or you're beating yourself up, or both. Okay? You're tormented. Now you're faced with the thought of, oh my goodness, and now I'm tormented forever in eternity because now I'm going to hell. It's a lie. It's a lie. When you pass, when your body ceases to function, you go right back to source. You will have your life review and you will see your life. You will experience feelings, the way you made others feel, the things you went through, with no judgment. How about that? Well, what's that good for? Well, maybe you know what you got to explore the next time around. There'll be a next time. If not here, somewhere else. It's just another story for another day. Know that you're loved on this Valentine's Day. You are so loved. God loves you so much. Your spirit team loves you so much. You have a whole entourage rooting you on. You're never going to go to that place, that fiery, tormenting pit. We put ourselves there in our thinking. Over and over, cycles, over and over, experience the same thing. There was a movie I watched some years ago called What Dreams May Come, I think it was, with Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr. It was a really pretty good example of the way things can be. How we create things with our thoughts, whether it be wonderful things or hell. Yeah. Feel love today. You can start by loving yourself. You can start by making better choices. Meditate. Dance. Sing a song. Take a nice bath. Relax. And tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am fabulously flawed. And I am loved beyond my comprehension. I don't have a song right now, but I do have a song. Just punch in Nioka Lynn. It's called It's Love. I invite you to watch that, listen to it. I hope you enjoy it. Just want to say happy Valentine's Day. Love yourself. Know that you are loved. Namaste.